For this movie, we're going to look at iMovie and how to add your media, put in a picture-in-picture, and then save. So to begin with, you're going to want to open up your iMovie, and in your projects, you're going to want to create a new project, which would be a movie. And from there, you're going to want to import the media. So that would be the movie that you recorded as well as the images that you saved. You can see right here it says import media, but if you don't see that arrow on your screen, you can also go up to this arrow up here in the top left corner for import media. And when you choose that, what you want to do is find where you saved your movie recording and your images. And so we did talk about how it's important to know where those are saved. I'm going to click up here on my login initials, and then I'm going to look for downloads because I saved everything in my downloads. So I'm going to select my download so that opens up. And then within my downloads, I'm going to look for the images that I saved as well as the movie recording. Now, I use my shift key to select multiple at one time. You certainly don't have to do that. You can select them one at a time if you would like. So when you do this, your movie part of it is going to come down to the bottom, and it's going to be in your bottom track. And then you're going to take an image, that's your slideshow, and that's going to go in the top track. Now when you do that, you're going to want to start by listening to your movie and resizing or retiming this picture slide so it matches what you're saying. So simply by, you can see that it has a yellow around it, that means it's selected. So I can get on the edge and I can drag to the left to make it less time or to the right to make it more time. In this example, I'm going to pull it back because it doesn't really match what I'm saying here, just to give you the idea. So when I have this image selected, I have some choices up here in the top right hand corner about this particular slide. First of all, I'm not sure if you're realizing it here. When this plays, it's actually zooming in on it, and we don't want that to happen with your slide. So I'm going to go to this cropping tool right here. And when I choose the cropping tool, the Ken Burns effect is on, and I don't want that. So I'm going to choose fit. So that was the cropping tool and fit. And from there, I'm going to go back to this video overlay settings, and I want to choose where it says cutaway. I want to do picture in picture. And that puts this little slide up here. Now, I don't have a great example because I didn't off-center. This was just a video I created to how to use QuickTime. But you're going to pull this over to the side because you were supposed to stand over to one side or the other. And then you're going to pull this bigger, as big as you can without covering up yourself. So you can't do this, okay? But as big as you can. Now in this particular case, I'd need to go back and re-record if I was really doing this because I don't have a big enough slide here to be able to even see that. But again, with this picture selected, I'm going to choose picture in picture and then resize it. Okay, let's try that one more time. I'm going to take another image down. I'm going to drag it down. I'm going to put it right next to the one that's already there. And then I'm going to resize it based on listening to my movie and knowing how long it should be. I'm going to give you a little pointer on here. A quick heads up tool here is actually using your space bar. And when you click where this white line is, that's where it's going to start playing. And you can push your space bar and then you can push it again. It will start and stop, and that's going to give you a good idea. Now remember, once you bring that picture down, you want to click on the cropping tool and get rid of the Ken Burns. So you're going to do fit. And then you're going to go back over here to the overlay tool and you're going to choose picture in picture. And then you're going to drag it over to the side that you left kind of open. And you are going to make it as big as you can without covering up yourself. And that's how you're going to do the picture in picture. You're just going to repeat that through your whole video. One more thing that's helpful is this setting right here allows you to condense or zoom in, and a lot of times you're going to want to actually zoom in on your video so that you can see the fine details, and that will help you even knowing where you pause to maybe bring in another slide. From that point, if you have everything perfect the way you want it to be, you've listened to the whole thing, then you're ready to save it. And this button up here in the right hand corner is the share button, and when you click that, you're going to save this as a file. Save it as a file. So when you open that button, it's going to allow you to give this a name. You can give a description here too. And then from here, you want this to be a high resolution, so it should be 1080p. And then I like to choose best on here. And then for compression rate, I like to choose better quality. Now keep in mind that all of these things, the larger you make them, the larger the file size over here. So real quick, as I take this from best to high, you can see the difference in the file size. However, we do want to keep it at best if at all possible. Now, if you have some problems with saving this, then you could, again, change the quality a little bit. But then you're simply going to go to next. And you're going to make sure, again, you have a name for it, and then you know where it's being saved. That's very important. You need to know where it's being saved. And then you're going to click Save. And in the upper right-hand corner, this little circle is going to show you your progress of your movie. And so you'll wait for that circle to get full for your whole movie to be finished. Now, when I did mine earlier today for a 10-minute movie, it took at least 15 minutes to do that. So leave some time to be able to make your movie.